It is time for a gigantic book haul. We have a lot to talk about. Buckle up and let's talk about books. That was a lot heavier than I thought it would be. Book number 1, we have The Temple of Fortuna by Elodie Harper. This is the third book in the Wolf Den trilogy. This is a historical fiction that follows Pompeii in the years before Mount Vesuvius erupts. Follows our main character, who is a prostitute and a slave in a brothel. I am on the third book and I am very disappointed. I don't want this to ever end. If you like historical fiction, if you're a fan of Greek mythology, you'll love this. Can't wait for this one. Book number 1 is The Wolf Den, so start with that. Next book we have is The Caretaker by Marcus Cleaver. This is the same author of We Used to Live Here, which is a very twisty, gripping psychological thriller that I adored. It's one of those books that you either love it or you just don't get it. I loved it. I'm very excited for this one. This follows a young woman who is hired to be a caretaker for 3 days on this house on the coast of Oregon. What she thinks is just a peculiar little side gig that she's doing quickly turns very horrifying. If you know this author, you know that he kind of takes twists and turns that you would never expect. So I'm very excited for this one. This doesn't come out until March 2nd. This is definitely an author to add to your list if you like thrillers that take you on a journey where you don't know what's real. It's more than just a mystery, it's like mind-bending. The next book we have is She Made Herself a Monster by Anna Kovačeva. This is a gothic debut novel. It is set in 19th century Bulgaria. Follow a vampire slayer who is actually a traveling con artist. She's going town to town staging these displays in order to convince the villagers that they are being haunted, that they are being attacked, and then she solves it for them. In one of these towns, she meets Yana, who is a teenage girl who is being blamed for the illnesses that have fallen upon the village. And the two of them team up to create a monster in order to get Yana out of the village. But what starts as something make-believe turns into something much more deadly. It is a retelling of Slavic folklore, and it is all about feminism, self-agency, and the power of herd mentality. Next book we have is Workhorse by Caroline Palmer. This is a lit fic, and it's a portrait of envy and ambition set in New York City in the early 2000s. Our main character is an editorial assistant at a fashion magazine, and we follow her through lows and highs of working in the industry. We see her putting in 3 times as much effort as her colleagues, but getting nowhere near as far as them. This really takes a deeper look at the underbelly of privilege and wealth in New York City and the lengths that people will go to climb the ladder. Next we have Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. I was sold because this is advertised as the first novel in a high-stakes fantasy trilogy. Sounds perfect to me. Ellis Hunter is the pen name for 2 best friends who wrote this together, and I love that. This follows a once-in-a-generation duel to the death between witches and dragon riders. This is advertised as perfect for lovers of Fourth Wing and Red Queen. The next book we have is a nonfiction. I'm trying so hard to add more to my TBR list, and this one looks so good. This is The 6 Loves of James I by Gareth Russell. I'm going to read you a line in the description that really sold me on this. He fell in love 3 times, with the Scottish lord, a knight, and George Villiers, the handsomest man in the whole world. He was infatuated 3 more times, with a Highland earl, a Welsh lord, and an English spy. We know so much about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, why not the 6 loves of James I? From what I understand, this is a nonfiction that reads more so like a fiction, and I love that. Very excited for this one. The next book is one that was lent to me from a friend. This is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I still have yet to read anything from her, but I feel like she is going to be one of my all-time favorite authors once I finally dive in. And this one looks like a great place to start. This is set in 1893. There's no such thing as witches anymore, and now witchcraft is nothing more than little nursery rhymes. The book follows the Eastwood sisters, who begin to uncover the history of witchcraft. This is about rebellious women. This is about fighting to have your voice heard. It's about sisterhood and imperfect heroines, and it sounds perfect. The next book we have is one I'm very excited for. This is Simply More by Cynthia Erivo. This is her autobiography. I'm obsessed with this cover. This is a book for anyone who has been told they're too much. If you are also currently obsessed with Wicked, then this is a good one to pick up if you're looking for a nonfiction to add to your TBR. Next book we have is Lucky Girl by Ali Taggledokis. I'm obsessed with this cover as well. I think it's gorgeous, and I love the pink and orange. This is a story about child fame. So we are following Lucy Gardner, who is a 12-year-old when she gets casted into a reality dance TV series. When one of the pop star judges on the show takes on this obsessive interest in Lucy, she kind of gets blasted into a stardom. We see her grow more and more alienated from her family and losing touch with what family really is. I would say if you watch the documentary about Nickelodeon and all of the child stars and the way that they were so negatively impacted, this would be a good fiction book for you. Next book I have is one I'm so excited to talk to you guys about. This is called One Ride, and this is by Megan Ellis. She is actually a mutual of mine on TikTok, and I'll tag her below. She reached out to me when I posted a video from my roof. I always read on my roof and I take videos, and she reached out to me and said that this reminded her of a scene from her book, and she wanted to send me a copy. How could I say no to that? This is a romance, and it follows Layla, who is a very big reader. And then comes Parker Miller, who is the first person to ask Layla about her books. This is a heartwarming coming-of-age romance, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys. The next book we have is The Secret Fiancé. This is by Catherine Mara. This is a steamy, angsty, billionaire arranged marriage romance. That's a mouthful. I want to read you guys the back of this because it actually sounds so interesting, and I think that they did a really good job at the description, and it's short enough. When the woman he'd desperately been looking for crashes into him and spills her drink all over his shirt, Lexington seizes the unexpected opportunity, demanding 6 rounds of truth or dare as compensation. An evening filled with laughter and a connection he never wanted to feel ends in her walking away, without even leaving him her phone number. Raya thinks she'll never see him again until he shows up as her professor, offering her class the opportunity of a lifetime, an internship at Windsor Motors. What Raya doesn't realize is that none of their meetings were coincidental, and she's the sole reason he took up a teaching position at all. After all, Lex knows something she doesn't. The two of them are arranged to be married. If that is your cup of tea, this sounds perfect. The next book we have is Balancing Act by Paula Chase. This is a YA drama set at a charter school for athletes. We're following 2 main characters. The first one is China, who gets a scholarship to go to the school for gymnastics. She is struggling to fit in with the very prestigious and very privileged class of girls that she is there with. She is trying to balance taking care of her sick mother while also trying to fit in with the elitist girls on the gymnastics team. We're also following Jamal, who is reeling from the death of his brother, and he is trying to become the star athlete on the basketball team in honor of his brother. He's dealing with some health problems, and I'm sure that gets in the way as we get further. It's filled with gossip, high-stakes sports drama, and tons of heart. This is the perfect YA. We are on our very last book. This is Little One by Olivia Munter. This is a cult story. If you know me, I'm literally writing a story about a cult, so this is perfect. This follows a young woman whose life gets upended when a journalist discovers that she is the daughter of an infamous cult leader. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. That is it for today. Thank you guys for sitting through this extremely long video, and I will see you next time for another book haul.